Have you been dreaming about rolling hills, pastures, maybe mountain views, or a neat little rural town? Well, today, backed by popular demand, we're going to take you for a tour of the Cowboy Corridor. Shad, tell everybody what the Cowboy Corridor is.
It's generally the area between Jonesboro, the oldest town in Tennessee, and Greeneville, the second oldest town in Tennessee, and the area is sandwiched in between. We're specifically talking about Telford, Limestone, Chuckey, and Afton.
We're actually here in Jonesboro, the oldest town in Tennessee, as Shad said, and this is a great place to start your tour of the Cowboy Corridor. And if you want to learn more about Jonesboro, watch our video, The Oldest Town in Tennessee, Jonesboro. So let's go check out the Cowboy Corridor. So we're going to head over to the Cowboy Corridor. We're in the downtown area of historic Jonesboro. This is a great place to start if you're going to tour the Cowboy Corridor.
Yeah, we normally send people when they come to visit on sometimes on self-guided tours, and we normally get them started if they'd like to see the Cowboy Corridor. We get them started here in Jonesboro. Especially if it's around lunchtime, we always point out different restaurants and places for people to stop at along their journey, depending on the time of day. One of the best spots that we think for lunch anyway is Main Street Cafe. Got really good sandwiches and soups and salads and things of that nature. So we're basically heading west-southwest outside of Jonesboro to start our journey. And along the way we're going to turn here on Persimmon Ridge Road, and we're going to swing by one of, I believe, 9 or 10 parks in Jonesboro. And this one includes one that's a favorite of the kids. It's a water park that most people aren't aware there's even a water park here in this area.
And there's some great walking trails here at the park, Persimmon Ridge Park, Ball Diamonds.
Right across from us is a community. Well, there's two neighborhoods that are basically combined now, the Meadows and Mill Creek, and I believe you've done a video before on those.
This neighborhood is one of the largest neighborhoods in Jonesboro. It's probably about 400 homes.
So we're already getting close to coming out of the Jonesboro zip code. We're going to almost rapid fire in between the areas. It doesn't take very long on the journey here to go from one community to the next. The next community coming up would be Telford. When we're talking about the Cowboy Corridor, we're talking about the areas to the right and to the left of this highway. But the majority of today's scenery and route will be to the south towards the mountains. But just up here on just at the crest of this hill to the right will be an opening of our version of Northeast Tennessee's version of the Valley of the Gods, we'd like to call it. Yeah, not too shabby. The countryside around here is just beautiful. Right now we're getting very close, coming up to one of our favorite stops, or at least where we point people on their self-guided tours.
Now this is one of our favorites, Troyer's. We like to just stop in the middle of the day, come over here, get a sandwich, set out on the front porch. They have bulk foods, little gifts, meats and cheeses, ice cream, coffee. It's a great place to socialize, and best of all, you always have to save room for dessert because Annie Ruth's Donuts is right over here in the parking lot. The most delicious donuts and pretzels you will ever taste. Another fun place up ahead on the right is Bright's Zoo. It's privately owned. They have all different kinds of exhibits. One of our favorites is the
Giant anteater, for sure. That thing is weird looking.
We thought it was about 300 pounds, but we were just reading about giant anteaters, and they're like up to 85 pounds. So Shad thinks he must be really fluffy because he was really big.
Like me, yes.
Yeah. We are in Limestone.
Yeah, we're in Limestone now. Population's getting a little bit bigger. We're about 6,500 people within this zip code. Shows you the the rural setting. And again, the zip codes are pretty much north and south vertically more than they are east-west, so they're kind of thin. And so we'll be going through each one of them pretty quickly.
Limestone is where Davy Crockett was born. So we're going to be heading over to the Davy Crockett Birthplace State Park. If you're looking for unrestricted land, these would be areas to look at. Of course, we're always going to take a look to make sure there's no deed restrictions on the land. You know, maybe they require a certain size of home, they don't allow manufactured homes, maybe they don't allow a chicken farm or something. We see all different kinds of things, but just something to pay attention to when you're wanting unrestricted land. Now, some of these areas, if you get over to Chuckey, Afton, you may go into Greeneville for your grocery shopping, and there's a hospital and restaurants and entertainment. If you live more towards Jonesboro, you're probably going to go to historic Jonesboro, the grocery stores over there, or into Johnson City. But many areas, you're really not that far to any amenities. And another interesting thing, a lot of rural areas actually have city water too.
Yeah, they did a really good job in this area of extending utility water, city water out into the countryside. More than likely you will be on a septic system out in the country, but very good chance if we're out in this particular area that you'll have city water. Here we're coming into the park, Davy Crockett State Park. It's also RV campground right here.
We're here at the Davy Crockett Birthplace State Park. And actually, Davy Crockett was born here in 1786. And they have a beautiful replica farm which would show you what it would be like to live here in the 1700s. They have some animals, the farm, and they actually have the homestead up in the front area.
Yeah, and also in the front is an RV campground, and you have access to the Chuckey River up there as well. But it's also one of our favorite campgrounds for a lot of our clients that are coming into the area and staying with their RVs. And of course, we're on to another campground after this one as well, but this is definitely a popular visit for a lot of our clients.
So I think we forgot to talk about a few things as we were driving along there. I know we were pointing out some of the population of some of the areas. And Chuckey, the Chuckey zip code has the majority of the population in the Cowboy Corridor of around 9,500 people total. And then we just, in the Lazy Llama campground area, we were really close to the Afton area, and again, going back down in population to about 4,500. So in total, between Jonesboro and Greeneville in this Cowboy Corridor area, we have about 25,000 people total. And it equates to probably less than 200 people a square mile. So it's definitely rural, as you'll see. And just to the left of us is actually a little private airport, a little neighborhood called Hensley Airpark.
I believe how it works is if you have a pilot's license, you can purchase a home there, of course have your hangar right next to you or attached to your home, take off right in front of your house.
Very cool.
We hope you enjoyed a little glimpse of the Cowboy Corridor. And if the Cowboy Corridor interests you, or you'd like to learn about another area similar to the Cowboy Corridor, please give us a call, text, or email. We'd be happy to answer your questions. And remember, it is never too soon to start planning your move.
And like this video and subscribe to our channel, Living in Johnson City, Tennessee.
And we hope to see you here real soon.